3 or more in 10 of those matches, but Chelsea have the perfect opportunity to respond to that 6-0 drubbing and to their critics as well. The commentary team, Adam Smith and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, it is just 203 days since these teams took this walk together in the Community Shield on an intensely hot day at Wembley. The Chelsea manager, Maurizio Sarri, feeling the heat for all kinds of different reasons now. Normally, reaching your first major cup final as a manager would be a cause for celebration. But for those Chelsea fans, it might be a day of judgment in their boss. In particular, in view of what happened just 14 days ago, when Maurizio Sarri's team were dismantled by Manchester City, and he names 9 of the players who were so badly wounded by the league defeat to City. Kepa Arrizabalaga has recovered from the hamstring problem that raised doubts over his participation, while Emerson, who's been a mainstay of the run to the final in this competition, makes the team ahead of Marcus Alonso, who's not even in the squad. Ross Barkley gets the nod ahead of Mateo Kovacic, despite the error that gave Sergio Aguero one of his 3 goals 2 weeks ago. Willian didn't start that day, but does today. Gonzalo Higuain doesn't, so it looks like a central role for Eden Hazard. Higuain and Olivier Giroud both make the bench, and Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ruben Loftus-Cheek have to be content with places there too. Pep Guardiola's determination to land the season's first big silverware is best demonstrated by his selection of Ederson in goal, despite 20-year-old Aro Muric playing every single previous game in the competition. Alexander Zinchenko was the only other player who had, and he keeps his place. In contrast, it's the first game Aymeric Laporte's ever played in the competition. It's Fernandinho's first League Cup game since last year's final, when David Silva scored and Kevin De Bruyne started. The front 3 all started the Etihad dismantling of Chelsea, when Sergio Aguero, despite an early miss, took matters into his own hands. And beyond the first 11, there's a multitude of talent available to Guardiola, and a sprinkling of youth with Muric and Phil Foden. That's what it's all about today. The 3-handle trophy, the Carabao Cup. But first, Natalie Rushdie will sing the national anthem. Singer Natalie Rushdie, who, in case you were wondering, is related to the author Salman Rushdie. She's married to his son. But who will write the script on the pitch today in the Carabao Cup final? Is it to be another glory day for Manchester City? Is it to be redemption for Maurizio Sarri? Will Sergio Aguero perhaps rip up the record book in favour of Pep Guardiola? Can Aguero score as prolifically as he did when these sides met in the league just a fortnight ago? A story waiting to be written as Chelsea take on Manchester City live in the Carabao Cup final next.
Join Bet365 and discover the power of the world's favourite online betting company. The Bet365 app is so advanced, it will blow your mind. Instant match updates, in-depth analysis, live streaming. Now please, gamble responsibly.
His first game in charge of Chelsea was here against Manchester City when they lost to an Aguero double. Will it turn out that his last game in charge of Chelsea is against the same opponents at the same venue? Pep Guardiola certainly has the experience in terms of winning trophies, 10 wins in his last 11 major cup finals. But where on the pitch is the key area, Alan Smith?
Well, he's undoubtedly one of the main men for Manchester City, Fernandinho, the one who gives fantastic protection, but also the one who can get his team on the front foot with that quick, positive passing. If he has a good game here, there's a fair chance his side will as well. And his opposite number, Jorginho, not enjoying such a good time at the moment. He's been nullified a few occasions over the last couple of months. I'm not sure City will try that today, but I am sure City's movement and passing will be a stiff test for someone who's not known for his defending.
John Moss is the man in the middle today, the man who was in charge when these sides met here back in August and Sergio Aguero decided the day. Eden Hazard, who can be counted as a big game player. And Ross Barkley, for whom this is a first major final. He was once denied an appearance in one by Manchester City, losing a semi-final in his Everton days. So the 59th League Cup final is underway, and a shock in the opening seconds as Sergio Aguero goes down immediately.
Just caught him running past there. There's definitely an alarm raised. I don't know why he would do that. Just fending him off perhaps, but he caught him.
We'll talk about an early calling card being left there by Jorginho. Instant decision for John Moss to have to make, and he gave Manchester City the free kick, rightly so. Helped on by David Silva here to Raheem Sterling. Rudiger following him out there, but City already winning for themselves a corner which Pedro disputed. Kevin De Bruyne, the former Chelsea man, has gone across to take it, while Aguero goes in to try and maybe disturb the concentration of the Chelsea goalkeeper. De Bruyne floating in his kick, which is met by Barkley and cleared as far as Zinchenko.
Got a situation now where N'Golo Kanté was actually picking up Kyle Walker, which is a fair mismatch.
Of course, in all of the recent debate about the most recent meeting between these sides, it has been forgotten that Chelsea did beat City at home, inflicted upon them their first Premier League reverse of this campaign through Conte and David Luiz. And it's that they'll need to replicate today. David Silva and Raheem Sterling already linking up effectively in the opening exchanges. Here's Laporte, and now Otamendi, no doubt about his eligibility for today's game after his red card in Europe in his last outing. There's Walker. Otamendi, of course, gave away a disputed penalty in the week because of VAR, and a reminder that that is in operation again here today. John Moss will be in touch with Martin Atkinson, who is the video assistant official.
Yeah, Ross Barkley put his teammates in a little bit of bother there with the reverse pass. I just wonder whether his heart sank when he was told he was going to play up top in that so-called false number 9 position. I'm sure he doesn't enjoy it particularly.
It looked as though Chelsea had found themselves the solution to their striking problems when it didn't work out with Morata. He's already frantically writing away. It seems to be a familiar pose for Maurizio Sarri. I wonder how much of the game he actually sees.
I know. He was talking actually in the week how he wants his team to show a freer attitude in the way that they didn't at the Etihad in that 6-0 reverse. He says he hasn't worked very long on team shape. Try and get them a bit more relaxed, perhaps.
Bernardo Silva overplaying it for Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, who's become pretty much one of the first names on the team sheet under Pep Guardiola. And they regard him as Portugal's biggest star, which is some statement.
Cristiano Ronaldo might have something to say.
Sure he would. There is Hazard. Back to Ross Barkley. Now Emerson. Fernandinho biting away at Hazard, winning it back for Aguero, who's got it through there to De Bruyne. Here's Aguero, and this time he's managed to get away from Barkley. Fired at Rudiger. He's claiming a handball, but John Moss wasn't interested. Here's De Bruyne.
I think De Bruyne may have slipped actually when he went into Rudiger there. Well, if you're ever looking for a team that might show some complacency, having beaten their opponents 6-0, I don't think Pep's team would be it. Continually pushing them on, training in matches.
Been a bad day for his team already, with Liverpool dropping points, so their lead at the top of the Premier League now just a single point. There are 15 Premier League points between these two opponents here today. Here's David Luiz, looking long to try and reach Pedro, but giving him too much to do. Pedro, who was absent from the European success against Malmo because of illness. Fernandinho, now Laporte, given away to Barkley. Jorginho, here's Hazard. Now N'Golo Kanté. David Luiz. Emerson has shown his value to Chelsea in this cup run this season, scored in their first game in the competition, his only goal for the club against Liverpool.
He might be regarded as a better defender than Alonso.
The system has been pretty constant under Maurizio Sarri, but one or two of the personnel have changed. Emerson is one of those who's had to force his way into the manager's thinking.
Yeah, he's had to be patient as well.
Here's Otamendi.
Chelsea certainly not doing what they did at the Etihad, pushing on to the City rear guard, just falling into their shape.
Azpilicueta left his mark on Sterling. Here's Otamendi. Now Laporte. Here's Zinchenko on first time to Raheem Sterling. Sterling trying to wriggle his way through, ends up getting the throw in out of Pedro.
It's a key area of the pitch, undoubtedly. Sterling, the kind of form he's in, against Azpilicueta and whoever. Rudiger went all the way then.
David Silva. Silva, one of the three scorers in last year's final against Arsenal. Aguero, who's in the team, and Company was on the bench, the other two. Altogether, 7 of the starters today started that game last year. Raheem Sterling was injured at the time. Conte with no options ahead of him, and in trying to find Hazard, Fernandinho stepped in. And you're certainly right, Alan, in the Chelsea are sitting a lot deeper than we've been used to seeing them, preparing to let Manchester City have more of the ball.
They're no strangers to clean sheets, this Chelsea team. It might just be that they adopt a counter-attacking approach here, trying to use the pace of Hazard and Willian and Pedro.
It is such a possession-based game that Sarri has introduced to Chelsea. You did wonder if he would change tack in any kind of way for a game that is so important to him. His 44th match in charge of the club, and one that is certainly regarded as a defining one.
He's played 4-3-3 in every single one of those 44 games, hasn't he? It's been a criticism, failure to adapt, to tweak the system.
Barkley, Jorginho, now Emerson. David Luiz looking for the run of N'Golo Kanté. Laporte's failure to cut it out meant that Zinchenko behind him had to do what he could to stop Kanté. No great protests from N'Golo Kanté there.
No, I think that's going to be a feature of Chelsea's play, these runs from deep from N'Golo Kanté. Laporte does make a real mess of it there, coming together between the two. Never gets in position, Laporte. Don't think there's much in that.
Willian just keeping it the right side of the line, but he was tracked back by Walker. Here is Laporte. He gets it back from Zinchenko. Fernandinho to Kyle Walker. Now Laporte. Into Sterling. This is Pedro. Back by Kanté, which is a danger with Aguero hanging around. He got enough on it, but Kepa Arrizabalaga had to react quickly.
Yeah, he chases those things down nowadays, Aguero. I think Chelsea will be too disturbed by the possession in these early stages. Just want to get a foothold in this game.
It's absolutely crucial for them that they don't concede early after what happened at the Etihad just 2 weeks ago. Here's Zinchenko, Sterling, the man who started the scoring off in that league meeting. Walker, Otamendi. Bernardo Silva. Here's Laporte to David Silva.
Trying to use the wide areas more than pick a pass through the middle at the moment, City.
Zinchenko, Sterling, now David Silva. Here's Bernardo Silva. Walker. Aymeric Laporte into David Silva.
Touch just let him down there as he tried to swivel on the turn.
David Silva's got the captain's armband today with company on the bench. Here's Bernardo Silva. Now Walker. given away by Laporte, who's had a bit of a tricky start to this match. Retrieved though by Fernandinho. Sterling. Zinchenko. David Silva. Aguero. And Willian trying to carry it to safety, ends up getting a free kick from Bernardo Silva's challenge.
Yeah, they'll take that because it's not going to be easy to get out, having defended pretty deep Chelsea. And there's a determination about them.
Both teams 5 times winners of this competition. City have won the League Cup on every occasion here, but only 2 of Chelsea's wins came at Wembley. A couple were in Cardiff, and their first was in the days before a one-off final when it was played over 2 legs. Here's Laporte. Now Fernandinho. Back to him by Zinchenko. Chelsea just camped out in their own half, forcing Manchester City to play a patient game here.
Yeah, and City trying to use the full width of the pitch. Bernardo Silva down below us on the right. Zinchenko over on that other, hugging the touchlines.
Here's Walker. Now Laporte. Conte hunting it down.
Another mistake by Laporte.
Followed Eden Hazard out there now. Got some assistance from Zinchenko.
A bit of encouragement maybe for Chelsea, if they can get it at him a bit more.
Playing his 50th game for Manchester City today, Aymeric Laporte, but it's his first in this competition.
He's had a fine debut season for City, no doubt about that. He looks a class competitor.
Still unable to find a way into the French team at the moment. Rudiger under pressure here from Aguero. Manages to hold him off. Back from David Luiz, a real risk. I'm sure the goalkeeper didn't particularly fancy getting that back.
Well, David Luiz changed his mind at the last minute. He was going to go elsewhere, then all of a sudden decided to pass it back to his keeper, who might have been surprised.
Here's Zinchenko. Otamendi. Now Walker. This is Aymeric Laporte. Zinchenko. Here's De Bruyne. Suddenly Bernardo Silva's found a bit of a gap to try and play in Aguero, who's shackled by Rudiger. Walker lifts it all the way across to Raheem Sterling. And Pedro and Azpilicueta for now keep him at bay, but this is back in by Zinchenko, met by Luiz. Fernandinho, space here for Sterling. And met by David Luiz to clear.
It was probably the first time that one of their attackers, in this case Bernardo Silva, was able to find a bit of space. Drifted inside from Emerson. A chance to turn.
Here's Zinchenko. Otamendi. De Bruyne. Walker back to Kevin De Bruyne.
So many bodies through the middle. Chelsea happy to allow those flanks to go free.
On by Fernandinho, and it's overstretched for Raheem Sterling.
I think we've seen similar figures before. Not going down that left-hand side for City, but as of yet, they haven't showed that cutting edge that we see so often. Chelsea made it difficult for them.
And it is the mark of a good team to try and break through the kind of stifling approach that Chelsea have set out to enact here. Antonio Conte being criticised for defensive tactics in a match against Manchester City back in March 2018, and Chelsea still ended up losing to the odd goal, which Bernardo Silva scored. Very often can find a way through, although Chelsea are one of only two teams to shut them out in the league this season.
Kyle Walker bumped forward there. Willian didn't go. A little conversation between the Chelsea lads about it.
Here's Fernandinho.
Sorry, the long ball, the long high ball up to Hazard, not the kind of service he wants.
This is De Bruyne. Cut out by Jorginho, swept in by Bernardo Silva, and Rudiger's underneath it. Letting it run, knowing it would be a corner.
Got himself in a good position, Rudiger.
Walker. De Bruyne driving it in, it's cleared by Ross Barkley. Now Zinchenko. This is Sterling. Fernandinho. Put away by Emerson. Here's Walker. Zinchenko. Fernandinho. Walker, who had a hand in Chelsea's second goal when they last won this trophy back in 2015, awaiting Diego Costa's effort past his own goalkeeper. Here's Bernardo Silva, looking to find Sergio Aguero. First sight of goal he has had, but he couldn't keep the effort down.
It's a glorious chip from Bernardo Silva, this. He does brilliantly to find Aguero, floating it over Azpilicueta's head. Lovely stuff. City just beginning to turn the screw.
Well, he just loves scoring against Chelsea. Sergio Aguero has got 15 against them in total, 5 in 2 games this season. Fernandinho. And back off Conte to Sterling. Here's Aguero. They've only seen the opportunity to clear.
I mean, those are the kind of action areas you'd see a Premier League team up against a League 2, League 1 side, something like that. A team that's just trying to defend their goal. Chelsea can't get the ball up the pitch.
Well, it was a League 1 team that City destroyed in the semi-final, putting 9 past Burton in the first leg. It's perhaps been a trickier path to the final itself for Chelsea, who had to see off Liverpool, Bournemouth and Spurs, as well as a decent championship team in Derby.
So delighted with the first half, particularly against Tottenham in the second leg at Stamford Bridge, when they really did dominate. They were at it. Different attitude today. You can't blame them for that in this first half, particularly.
Otamendi to Walker. Bernardo Silva finds Kyle Walker. Here's De Bruyne. Laporte. Now De Bruyne. Walker. Given away to Barkley. Jorginho steered it round well then to Eden Hazard, who's found Willian. And this promises a decent break for Chelsea if he can get the ball right, as he has. Pedro. Caught by Zinchenko after the ball had gone, and then the foul on Jorginho, but John Moss has pulled it back for the earlier challenge.
Yeah, it's a decent attempt at a counter-attack, this. Willian with a great ball to find Pedro.
Chelsea were 4 goals down by this stage a fortnight ago, but here they are, having held out resolutely, and with their first real opportunity here, perhaps, to give Ederson in the Manchester City goal a test. In a quiet opening phase, the City goalkeeper. Can they give him some work to do here?
Characteristic highlight.
Lifted in by Willian all the way across to Pedro, and whatever was planned didn't quite come off as they'd intended, but then Zinchenko loses out, retrieved by Azpilicueta, and here's Hazard. David Silva still on the ground, but getting no sympathy from the officials. He's back on his feet now, Silva.
Yeah, I didn't think there was much in it.
Barkley. Here's Emerson. And away goes Hazard, who would have been onside, but Ederson's high starting position meant it was impossible for him to reach.
He hasn't had a chance yet to make that kind of run, Eden Hazard. I think a better ball would have been down the line more, hard to get the weight on it and going in towards the keeper.
Bernardo Silva. Here's Fernandinho, couldn't quite reach it. Laporte. Zinchenko. Aguero. Kevin De Bruyne. Challenged by Kanté. Otamendi. Now Laporte. Moved on by Sterling. Here's De Bruyne. Laid off for Aguero. The shot took a slight deflection. Still relatively comfortable for the Chelsea goalkeeper.
Yeah, he closed him down quickly. I wondered if he'd moved it on again to Bernardo Silva, and we had to his right-hand side.
Bernardo Silva away by David Luiz. There's Emerson. Pedro and Willian have moved sides for the moment. Otamendi not even a yard away as they tried to take a quick free kick, and the ball was moving anyway, so it will have to be retaken. Willian. Jorginho.
That's the problem. Hazard naturally comes short. Try and get it into feet. And he's moving on to Fernandinho, and of course when he does that.
And Walker had to wake up then because Pedro very nearly in to nick that away as his concentration had lapsed. Here is Walker. On by Bernardo Silva to David Silva. It's got away from Emerson. Good luck from David Luiz, who cleaned him out completely and will get the first yellow card in the final.
Well, I don't think you can moan about that. Lovely feet from Bernardo Silva. And he steamed in David Luiz.
Third of the game gone, that puts him under pressure for the remainder. De Bruyne and David Silva over the free kick. It's De Bruyne who takes. Met by David Luiz. Taken by Bernardo Silva, but an easy take.
Well, if it was Chelsea's ambition, their aim to deprive City of their rhythm, they've done that so far. They've made it difficult. City's having to work really hard to create anything.
Well, Pep Guardiola said, as delighted as he was with 6-0 on the day, he viewed it with a little bit more trepidation now, and you can see why he had those misgivings. Chelsea taking the lessons from that into this showpiece final, one that's so important to them. Run back well by Pedro. Here's Willian. Hazard. Pedro, Jorginho with a layup for N'Golo Kanté. Popped in by Jorginho. Fernandinho had to make the header. Here's Emerson. Now Willian. David Luiz. This is Barkley. Now Luiz. Kanté had made a great run seconds before. By the time it got through to Pedro, the moment was gone.
Well, you see the City defenders, and one of them on the ball now as Chelsea have withdrawn. Seeing most of the ball. Chelsea, just a second ago, enjoyed their best little spell. Not set the bar high, but at least they played a bit of football in City's half.
Here's Laporte. Now Otamendi. This is Bernardo Silva to Walker. Kyle Walker. Zinchenko given much to do there, and Pedro wins it back. Here's Conte. Hazard with the quick return, which just gave Otamendi the edge.
There's some panic in there, sure.
That's why he does inspire such confidence as much as anything, and why Pep Guardiola has turned to his first choice goalkeeper, having used a different one throughout the rest of the competition. There's De Bruyne. Walker. Lifted into Sterling. Well, he tried to head back across goal. Would he have been better maybe going for goal himself?
Well, I think it was a difficult one. Certainly difficult to bring down that cross.
Here's De Bruyne. Now Walker. Bernardo Silva.
He just pulled off at the far post. He did have a bit of space. I don't think he's going to head for goal there.
Here's Emerson. Now Rudiger. Conte.
Because City have been trying to go down the flanks, David Silva actually, he's not been able to get in the game so far. Had very few touches, and you know, those moments where he's received it down the years, turned, made things happen. Been denied that chance so far.
Rudiger having to be careful. Here's Azpilicueta. Laporte showing in the end that it was a vain chase from Hazard, but it was touch and go.
Nearly got it.
He's been criticised in many quarters for his persistent use of Jorginho in one role and Conte in another. He's got Gianfranco Zola back alongside him today after his recent health issues. Zola a winner of this competition under Gianluca Vialli back in 1998. But is stubbornness in a manager necessarily a bad thing? At least he's a man who knows his own mind.
Yes, true. What he has got today are options, a couple of centre forwards in Higuain and Giroud to change the shape of his team. I mean, when Higuain was rested for the Malmo game on Thursday, you felt sure he was going to play today. Senador had a good game that night.
And Giroud were both among the goals. Jorginho. Now Laporte. Zinchenko. Otamendi. Now Laporte. Sterling. This is Otamendi to Walker. De Bruyne got away from David Luiz. Sterling finds a way through, cleared by Jorginho. Sterling again.
Well, it was brilliant from Sterling initially, the way he's twisted and turned, and he's left Azpilicueta within a couple of yards. Got some space to dink in across. Not many can do this to Azpilicueta. Not that, what he did just before.
Action to come on Sky Sports, on Sky Sports Cricket. We've got the third one-day international tomorrow. Windies against England, with our coverage beginning at 1 o'clock.
It's been in a bit of a slow burner, this one, but I think for both sides, patience is the key. For City, keep on plugging away. It might be a 1-0 win in the end, who knows? And for Chelsea, just to have the patience to refrain from following your instincts and going forward. Just hold what you have for the time being.
Here's Zinchenko. Barkley, Conte in trouble. Fernandinho. Aguero knew he would have been offside. Silva feeling he should have had a free kick, but I think the referee just let it go because City was still advancing. De Bruyne trying to wrestle Willian off the ball and has, and then wins another free kick on this side.
Well, there is definitely a real determination about this Chelsea side. They're not going to get rolled over. They are going to win these kind of challenges. Barkley's pass put Conte in all sorts of problems.
De Bruyne and David Silva have had plenty of time to plot their course here. De Bruyne who takes beyond the reach of Aymeric Laporte. Sterling back in by him, and David Luiz got a touch. It's alive in there by Otamendi, but Chelsea have dealt with it.
Great acrobatics there from Otamendi to keep that one alive.
Here's Walker. Zinchenko. Sergio Aguero. Sterling. David Silva.
All looking for the offside, and I thought the flag was going to go up. That's what Chelsea have done so well at, preventing City getting down the sides in the way that they do so often. But no, it's a good call. Good call. David Luiz a yard or two too deep there.
Luiz towering over Laporte. Here's Zinchenko. And Otamendi's coming round the back.
Yeah, Emerson just a fraction of a second too slow. But he just about does enough in the end.
Chelsea have a bit of an issue at the moment with David Luiz, who went up for a header earlier with Laporte. So maybe a little groggy after that.
Was it a little clash of heads? It was okay.
Been a more than decent half for that Chelsea defence. If they get to half-time with this state of play.
I suppose it's how long they continue in this fashion. When do they release the shackles a little bit more?
Oh, Hazard has eased Laporte out of the way, needs help, or does he? He's trying to go alone, and in the end he tried to take on too much himself. Away by Laporte, who was the player who was moved out of the way. Hazard creating the danger.
Well, they'll be hoping for a few more moments like this, give him the chance to run onto it. Laporte committing himself, missing the ball. How on earth does he keep possession in this tight space?
Been so tight, it's worth reminding you that even though in the earlier rounds drawn matches went straight to penalties, the final itself would have extra time and then penalties. There will just be one additional minute in the first half. By Willian. There's Peliqueta, no way through there for him, and he faced a battle on there against Bernardo Silva, but his free kick has been won.
Hazard knew he couldn't allow Bernardo Silva to get this. But the half finishing in decent fashion for Chelsea.
Willian lifts in the kick. Oh, well, that could have gone anywhere from Otamendi. His heart skipped a beat then.
Yeah, didn't expect it to come his way, certainly didn't adjust.
Well, I think he was expecting Fernandinho just in front of him to have dealt with it. Last action of the half, encouraging action for Chelsea. And Willian's corner is cleared. So Chelsea have put up the roadblocks in this first half, and it's worked for them. Sergio Aguero's opportunities have been limited. One effort lifted over early on. Nicolas Otamendi has had chances at both ends, pushing one into the hands of Kepa Arrizabalaga, and then right at the death, almost putting into his own net. But at half-time, in the final, it's Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0.